Today I want to discuss the video series that Sunnyside have made about Egypt and his terrible experience here in Egypt. But before that, if you don't know who Sunnyside is the man behind the channel that called Best Food Review Ever. And this channel is very professional, to be honest. It's very rare to see on YouTube someone who made videos with that quality. For instance, if you saw the videos that was shot here in Egypt, was shot on iPhone, I was completely blown away on how these videos was like made on iPhone and got with this quality. I was shocked, to be honest. And that can tell you how professional he is. Addition to that, he travels to very unique places, to be honest, and unique countries like Rwanda, Zimbabwe, Mexico, or Iran, and he show us what the normal people there eat. Additional to that, he show us what the very rare food in those countries that people eat sometime. So after all this, he decided to come to, guess what? Egypt, the country where I'm from. And he had one of the most terrible experiences that any tourist or any filmmaker may have in a country. So, first of all, let's discuss several things. He wasn't the first YouTuber to face those problems, to be honest. To give you an accurate perspective, I would say that maybe 25 to 30% of the YouTubers that came here to Egypt had those experiences. But let us know why. First of all, YouTubers that came here in Egypt with large equipment usually face those problems. Like huge tripods or big lenses or something like that, usually those YouTubers will face those problems. I'm not like saying that this is the right thing from the government, but this is the situation here. Then this is even for you if you want to come to Egypt. Don't come with large equipment because usually the airport, the police officers would ask you why you get this thing and why and what we're gonna do here. And even if you had the permission, usually you still have problem. But like I said, not all the YouTubers faces those problems. The other thing that I want to say is why Sunny had all of these problems. First of all, Sunny came at the wrongest time in the year. I don't know how no one had told him don't come to Egypt from the 15th of January until the 1st of February. He have like a very huge team, and of course he was connected to people here in Egypt. I don't know how they didn't tell him that you shouldn't come from 15th of January up to 1st of February. This is the worst time of the year to visit Egypt, and there's a lot of reasons here. If you don't know, this is the time that the revolution had took place 11 years ago. You may ask yourself, okay, that happened 11 years ago, why it's still until now? The truth is that every single year, the Muslim Brotherhood asks a lot of people for a protest to go down the streets and to protest every single year. And that, of course, affects the government to push a lot of police officers and even to make police officers hide in a normal clothes to control the situation. I'm not saying that this is right, but this is the situation that is in right now, and this is sadly how the situation here. And I'll be honest with you, even for us as Egyptians, from 15th of January up to the 1st of February, moving down the street is not something that I would say is easy. And yes, maybe someone will look after you, or maybe someone will ask you why you're here or why you're there. But this is not the entire year. This is just 15 days in the year. The one thing that really made me angry about the videos that he made, that he kept saying, don't come to Egypt, it's a very bad place to visit. But I'll be truly honest with you guys, Egypt is not a bad place completely to visit. And I knew a lot of people who had visited Egypt and they didn't want to leave and they were like extremely happy here. Of course, I totally understood why he's saying this, because he had a terrible experience while visiting Egypt. And like I said, he had a very specific situations that led him to have that experience. But besides that, the rest of the year, mostly you're not gonna face all of that problem. I personally have filmed down the street, and most of the time I didn't face any problem while I'm filming anything. But for him, he came at the worst time of the year. The one thing that, like I said, made me like extremely angry with him, that he said don't visit Egypt. I would agree with you, if you are a filmmaker, Egypt is not the best place to visit. Yes, you may face some problems, but I would say not a huge problem even. But for tourists, the situation is completely different. Egypt is one of the best countries to visit as a tourist. And every single year, more than 30 million people visit the country, and most of them return to their countries happily without any problem. The other thing that he said, that he know that if people didn't visit Egypt, nothing would change. And he even said that. So why are you saying this? Basically, while telling your viewers not to come to Egypt, you're just hurting millions of people for no such a reason. The only thing that would change is that a lot of people that work in tourism will be poorer for no such a reason. So, for instance, I'll give you an example right now. Because of the war that happens between Russia and Ukraine, Egypt had lost more than 4 million visitors that visit annually. Those were the Russians and Ukrainians that came to Egypt every single year. And that had affected us directly, affected me personally. The Egyptian pound had dropped 20% against the dollar just after the war of Ukraine started, just 10 days, because most of people know that the tourist flow would go down, so a lot of people had jumped to the banks to change dollars, and that happened here and affect us. Like I said, I hope to see you, Sunny, back in Egypt, and I hope to see your team here in Egypt and show us your beautiful videos that you made here about the country. And of course, I hope that you will have a better experience. And all of you guys, I hope to see you in my country. My country is so good for tourism, and I hope even things will be better with you. And to be honest, the situation is not bad by any means to visit the country. It's a safe country, and you're not gonna face any problem here in Egypt. I hope to see you soon, guys, and I hope to see best food review ever here in Egypt, and to show the people how beautiful the food is here in Egypt. Hope to see you soon, guys.